The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station or iHeartRadio.
Little pink houses for you. Oh, little baby, for you and me.
Welcome back to the Jenna Ryan Show on TalkRadio 1190 AM.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Jenna Ryan Show. We're having a great show today. I'm here with Courtney Roberts. Courtney is a dog trainer with Camp Bow Wow. Yes, this is a real estate talk show. However, dogs have a lot to do with home. I think dogs make a home what a home is, and a lot of people agree. If you don't agree, then maybe you can share this information with your friends, because we are talking about dog training. And so my first problem with Lexi, my puppy, my 5-month-old puppy, was her pulling on the leash. And you're saying that the main thing is management. Okay. I know you're going to hate this, but my dog, you're not going to hate the fact that she barks. She barks. She's this beautiful little dog with the loudest, most piercing bark. It's not attractive. And it comes out at like, you know, she's a cute dog. And then all of a sudden she's just barking. I mean, I'm sitting up trying to watch TV and she's barking. Okay. So it's like to the point where I'm like, okay, lady, I'm going to get one of those shocker collars. No, I won't. I'm not going to do it. That's why you're here. You're going to save Lexi's life, because I'm like, where's the shocker collar? Not really. But really, it's like so annoying. I mean, I distract her, but it's just the bark has got it. What do we do?
Yeah, so super common problem, and it's not the end of the world.
Okay.
It will get better.
It does?
Yes. So some of the things that you can do, it's most of the time it's attention seeking. So you have to figure out, why is she barking?
She's barking at Tanner because Tanner has the bone.
Okay.
But they both have a bone, but they want to fight over one bone.
Okay. So we can go right back to that management piece. And if they're going to have bones, and you can predict that this behavior happens when they both have bones, then you can give them separate places to have their own bones.
So you have to put and I've definitely tried that.
Yeah.
And so give them separate places to have their bones. Okay. We are in the car and we are closing the garage door, and we're in the car bringing him home from daycare or the store or wherever. And, my other dog, who used to be silent until he met Lexi, starts screaming like, rah, rah, screaming like the end of the world. What do you do?
Is that coming home or going out?
Coming home.
Coming home. Okay. So I would assume that they're ready to get out of the car. So one thing you can do is, just close the door and wait for the barking to stop.
Okay.
And then when the barking stops, even if it's just for a second, like a split second of no barking,
okay,
then let them out.
Okay, so I
you're
sit
teaching
there.
them.
Okay.
You're teaching them that quiet gets them what they want. So
okay.
Assuming that it is the barking to get out of the car.
Okay. Yeah. I think, yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Okay, I've got it. I've got that. Okay, and so then with the one dog who's pulling on the leash, I should go with her by herself.
Separately, yeah.
And how do I teach her not to pull on that leash?
Okay. So the leash game starts at the door. So
yes, it does.
I like to practice just coming in and out of the front door.
Okay.
So we put the leash on, and I want calm and relaxed behavior.
Okay.
So when you're calm and relaxed, we'll open the door. And if you stay calm and relaxed, we'll take a step out the door.
Okay.
If you pull and bark and lunge, we're going to go back inside.
Okay.
So it's a constant communication of, when you do the behavior that I want you to do, calm, relax, staying with me, you get to continue moving forward. And I also bring super yummy treats on walks with me.
Okay.
So whenever she's behaving and paying attention, you can feed one of those little yummy treats right by your side.
Okay.
And if they pull ahead, turn around and go the other way.
Okay. So what if I don't have time to train her one day and I just have to deal with the pull? Is that reinforcing pull?
Yes.
So what do I do?
So if you know that, I like to try to recommend maybe going out when there's less going on, or if you don't have to go very far to get to grass, you can even put her on like a 15 or a 30-foot leash to let her sniff around the area so she's not putting tension on the leash. You're giving her enough space to go potty. You're still doing it safely. You're not letting her just be out in the front yard or the front without any leash at all.
No way. Never, ever. Can we just...
Yes.
Do not ever let your dog be without a leash. Do not have that false sense of safety.
There are laws, too.
There's laws.
Yeah.
And also, I can't even fathom, no, you just can't.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Always have a leash for your dog.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, a 15 or a 30-foot leash will give her enough room to go out and potty.
Okay.
And then you can practice. That's a good time to practice a recall. So just bring a couple treats with you.
Okay.
Call her to come to you. And then when she does, you give her lots of those cookies and praise and go back inside.
Okay. And so about how many times of that would it take for her to like get good?
That's a hard question. So it's totally based on the individual puppy.
Okay.
And how she'll progress forward. What you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So
that's true.
The practice that you put into it, and the more you do it, the better she's going to get at it. Consistency is really important.
Is 5 months too late to get started on this process?
Absolutely not.
What if she were a year old?
No way.
What if she wouldn't be able to change?
No, she would absolutely be able to change. It's never too late. You can teach an old dog new tricks all the time.
Okay, because that's a question you probably get a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you take into consideration if my dog has had 5 years of pulling on a leash.
Right.
It's going to be a little bit more challenging and take a little bit more time.
Right.
To help resolve that behavior than if you're dealing with a 5-month-old puppy.
Oh, just imagine how wonderful it would be to have a dog that would just walk along and not lunge at everything. That would be worth, putting in a couple of hours a week for a while.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, it's worth it to have a companion that is wonderful. Which, can we just talk about, what about therapy dogs? I know that's not your main course of business, but it's interesting to me.
Yeah, so therapy dogs are dogs and owners that want to give back to the community in some way. So going into like elementary schools and doing reading time with the kids, or going into hospitals or retirement homes and visiting with people in those situations where having a dog come in and visit would brighten their day.
Absolutely.
So what I do to help prepare my clients who might be interested in doing something like that is I'm an AKC Canine Good Citizen Evaluator.
Oh.
So we go through, and it takes some time because basically once you achieve that certification, it means that your dog is not only well behaved at home, but they are perfectly well behaved in the community.
Wow.
So that's your first step towards pursuing some therapy work.
Well, I thought a therapy dog was like because I had someone who was telling me, the dog serves them.
That's a little bit different. So service dogs are dogs that perform specific tasks for their handlers. Okay. So there are like diabetic alert dogs who can tell when insulin levels are low in their handler. It's really amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And like seeing eye dogs, you see people who are blind and they have the dogs to help guide them through their environment. Mm-hmm. So those dogs are performing very, very specific tasks to help their handlers function more normally in everyday environment.
My cousin, my uncle passed away, and my cousin came to the funeral, and he had a support dog with him. He was, former military and had some PTSD, I suppose. Oh. And I went to go say hello to the dog, and they're like, no. Because, it's just out of respect. I was just like, oh, wanting to be nice to my cousin, And they're like, no, don't touch the dog. I'm like, whoa, okay, you don't touch those dogs, FYI. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just
I didn't touch it, but I was going to say hi.
Some people are, a little bit nicer about telling you to not pet them.
Right.
And a lot of those service dogs are going to have like vests and leashes and things on them that say like, I'm working, don't pet.
Right. I think that's better because we just don't. I mean, I'm here to inform you. Yeah. You're not supposed to pet those dogs if they're like, walking around with somebody at the store or whatever.
Right.
Because they do get. So I was and the weird thing is you were coming on the show, and here I am going into Macy's this past week, and there was a dog, and I'm like, wow, I'm going to bring that up on the show this weekend. Yeah. There was a dog walking in with a woman, and I had, a little bit of that. Kind of an eye roll, an internal eye roll, like, oh, please. Because I don't know why. It's just like, because it's not something you see every day. And then you hear about these, emotional support hamsters and emotional support butterflies and emotional, you know what I'm saying, where people are taking it too far. Yeah. And so those stories mixed in with people that I have seen, that really needed a dog. And you were saying about that how.
Yeah, it's going to give those people who really need those animals a harder time because there are a lot of people kind of abusing the system now and calling their dogs emotional support animals, and they're not well-behaved dogs. They haven't gone through any training. So, right. And it's become really difficult and challenging ethically to ask what the dog is being used for.
Right.
So it's best to follow the system and don't abuse the emotional support animals unless you absolutely need that dog.
Right. Yeah. Hey, are we supposed to go to break? Oh, we're supposed to go to break. I'm learning Dontrell's way. Okay, we'll be right back.
Guess who's back again? Oh, they don't know. Oh, they don't know. I bet they know as soon as we walk in.
Welcome back to the Jenna Ryan Show.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Jenna Ryan Show. We're so glad that you're here today. Yay. This is like I've been doing this a year and a half, folks. I've been up here talking every Sunday, talking my head off, bringing information, being on Facebook at jenna.ryan1, where we're live with my guests. Today, I have the Courtney Roberts with Camp Bow Wow. Yay. We have her. I'm like picking her brain because I have 2 5-month-old puppies. Why did I do that? Ask me later. Okay. So my next question. What do I do? Okay. So I give my dog a treat he really loves. And then they're fighting. And so I go over there and he snaps at me. Okay. What do you do? I've never had that happen with my puppy, and the cutest little puppy in the world snapping at you is like, what? So what do you think?
So he has something that he really likes and he doesn't want to give it up. And then the fighting situation, the arousal level is already high.
Right.
So we talked a little bit about, giving them their bones separate in separate places.
Okay, but he was separate.
Oh, okay.
And where he separately was, I can't remember. He was in my chair. I needed him to move.
Okay.
And he was eating this thing on my chair.
Oh, that's not good.
Right.
So having a really good recall. So practicing, teaching your dog to come to you.
Okay.
As like the best thing in the whole wide world.
Okay.
So he's got something that you don't want him to have on the couch or whatever it is, or if he's got something that you don't want him to have, period.
I want to be able to pick up my dog anytime, day or night, and not be afraid of being bit.
Right. So there's a couple, there's so complex answers. So there's never, it's typically not going to be like, this is what you do, and this is going to work every single time.
Okay. So you're giving me some solutions, which are,
right.
I definitely need to work on recall because that would help.
Yeah. So you can call him away from the bone. You can reward him for coming away from the bone, and then you can go get the bone and put it away.
Okay.
Or put it somewhere where he can't be on the couch chewing it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that was just so simple. I thought it had to be more complex. But, I mean, do you think that something's wrong with the dog if he's snapping at me?
It sounds like a little bit of resource guarding. So he's got something that he really wants, and he doesn't want you to take it. So I like to teach trade or drop it.
Okay.
So, and teaching that in a training session so the dog learns away from the super high value bone. So you can practice with toys like, here, you're playing with this toy, and this toy is really fun, and it's great, and we're interacting with it. And now I want you to drop this toy, so I'm going to show you this other toy. And this toy is the best toy in the whole wide world. And they drop that toy, and then we interact with this one. So you're teaching them to drop one thing to get a different one. And
that sounds like a lot of work.
You can do it with food, too. So if you have like food treats in your hand, and you kind of hold your hand closed like this, and when they step back away from the hand, then you give them the food treat. So it's kind of like teaching a leave it.
I really need you to come to my house. How do we get in touch with you again? We go to Camp Bow Wow.
Yeah, you can visit the Camp Bow Wow website. I'm at the Dallas High Five or the Plano location, or you can call me directly at 214-707-4115.
Can you just take my dogs for a while and bring them back all good?
We don't currently do that. It's really beneficial for the owner, especially young puppies, to be actively involved in the training so you can learn along with them what they're learning.
Right.
It's all about you.
So I'm being trained alongside the dog. Is that what you're saying?
You are being educated.
I'm being educated.
How to train your own dogs.
How to train my own dogs. So I like that Courtney's philosophy. There's a lot of dog trainers. The first thing they say is it's all your fault. And they have like this adversary relationship with the owner of the dog. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I've talked to a couple trainers, and it's like, okay, dude, or chick, okay, I can take it. I can take constructive criticism, but everything is not my fault. My dog biting me, where he's never bit me, but snapping at me, I need you to be on my side every once in a while. Yeah. And she has a great way of putting it. How do you say that you do that? You were saying like you're more of a, you're more focused on helping people with.
Yeah, I want to teach you how to better communicate with your animal. So it's not going to be beneficial for me to like criticize you or scrutinize you and you're so wrong and all of that. But I want to boost your morale and tell you all the things that you're doing right. So I'm a positive reinforcement dog trainer.
Yes.
But I also use the same philosophy with my human learners.
That's very good because, a lot of people get like this, you could tell they're getting an adrenaline rush out of telling you how to, how you're wrong.
Yeah.
And you have to have a good attitude in your trainer from the get-go of really trying to help you and not try to put you down like, oh, you idiot, why did you let your dog do that?
Yeah, I was watching a web class. I do a lot of continued education all the time. I pretty much breathe, eat, sleep, dog, everything.
Right.
All the time. And so I was listening. Dr. Friedman said something really impactful to me, that these people are you.
Right.
With different information.
Okay.
So you just have different information.
Right.
So I'm just going to help you have the same information that I have so you can interact with your dogs in a more effective way.
Right, right. Okay, we have a question here from Steve Ward.
Oh, boy.
Uh-huh. And he says, how do I train my wife so I can golf more? Well,
I can't answer that question, Steve.
I can. Positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement. You take her to dinner more. I know y'all just got back from a trip. Steve Ward's one of my clients. We're listing his home in Frisco. I'm excited about that. So positive reinforcement.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
So you go golfing, and every time you go golfing, you come home with a super extra special treat.
Yes.
For your wife.
Diamonds.
Whatever. It's all based on the individual. So she decides what's most reinforcing to her.
Spa day. Absolutely. Okay. Thanks, Steve, for that question. Anyone else have a question? Bring it up because we're ready. Okay. I have a question for you.
Okay.
So what about the dog whisperer videos? And it's okay to be controversial. We can just share your true opinion because that's what I want to hear.
Yeah. So it's a totally different methodology and techniques that he uses. Yes. So positive punishment. If we're looking at the science, because I'm all about the science, positive punishment is the addition of an aversive stimulus to decrease unwanted behavior. So you'll hear him doing that a lot in his videos. He's attempting to correct or subdue the dog from doing whatever they're doing.
Okay.
And it might stop. It looks great. It might stop the bad behavior right there in the moment, which is very reinforcing to the human. So they're like, oh, it worked.
Okay.
He's magical.
Well, they're editing those videos, okay?
Right.
I'm sorry, but some of that stuff is not going to work. Okay.
So, hold on. It doesn't teach the dog what you want them to do instead.
Okay.
So rather than constantly having to punish undesirable behavior, and that taints your relationship with the dog. They're learning to be afraid of you. So they're not doing things for you, with you, because they want to. They're doing it because they're afraid of what might happen if they don't.
Okay.
So with positive reinforcement training, you're teaching your dogs what you want them to do. And it's rewarding. So you're building a really good relationship with them based on trust and respect and love and understanding, mutual understanding.
But I think that the dog whisperer, the whole concept is the pack leading thing.
Right.
What do you think about that pack leader mentality where it's like, don't let the dog go out of the door first because he'll think that he leads the pack? I mean, part of that is true, but part of that's bullcrap.
So
to me,
the way that I feel like my debunking of that is if you act like you want to communicate with your dog like you're a dog, like you're alpha.
Right.
Right. So you're acting like the alpha dog.
Right.
So you're trying to be a dog, right? You're not a dog.
Right.
One.
Right.
And if you're acting like a dog, you should be expecting to be treated like a dog.
Exactly.
By your dog, and that's not what, you're not a dog. And the pack mentality is outdated, and there's tons of research out there that's supportive of, other information. So
everywhere I go, they talk about the pack, and I'm like, look, I don't know. There's just something that doesn't work with that whenever you have two puppies under 5 months old. And you don't want your dog to be all freaky scared because and that's what it turns a dog into. It doesn't always do the best for the dog to have you be this mean pack leader. But sometimes you do have to put your foot down and go, no. Oh, Lord help me. We'll be right back after this break.
Phone lines are open at 214-787-1190. Here's Jenna Ryan.
Hello, everyone. This is Jenna Ryan with the Jenna Ryan Show. So glad you're with us today. I'm getting totally informed. I'm feeling so much better. You just took a weight off my shoulders. Just having her here and with knowledge of dogs and my two puppies really even makes me feel better just talking to her. So I highly recommend giving her a call at Camp Bow Wow. Courtney Roberts, she is an incredible trainer. I have not felt one bit of, condemnation from her. Mm-hmm. I feel like she's a support person and she really cares about dogs and she does the positive reinforcement. Okay, so we were talking on the break here, and one of the things my puppies are doing is they have their little fights, and one of them's being really, you can't say the word on the air, but it starts with a B. And one of them is, alpha dogging the other dog. And then they both have this huge fisticuff and they're fighting. What do I do?
Separate them.
Yeah.
And this, again, I'm going to be like repetitive here. So you can predict. When the fighting might happen.
Okay.
So when they're exhausted and they've had a full day of daycare and they're tired and they're cranky, like kids get, like they've played on the playground all day for hours and then they're crying and screaming.
Okay.
Similar, and they're ready for a nap.
So when they start fighting like that, they're ready for nap.
Yeah, you want to predict when the behavior is happening and then prevent it from happening, from keeping them separate or giving them things to do separately before the fighting happens.
Okay.
Yeah. Ideally. But I know management fails and then you need something to do in the moment. So again, that's where like our recall comes into play, can call the dog too, because one's, it kind of antagonizing the other, you said, right?
Yeah. And they're like making it really extra dramatic.
Yeah.
They're not really, fighting to the death, but it sounds like it's like, goodness grief.
So if I can call the one that's trying to be the bully away.
Okay.
And reinforce that dog for coming to you, and then give them something else to do.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I have another question. What if you have a dog that just, my dog does this if they're in a weird mood, but very rarely, that just runs out the door whenever you open the door?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you do?
Impulse control is one of my favorite things to teach, actually. I don't know why. So, you're crate training your dogs.
I'm crate training my dogs. This is really not my problem.
So one of the easiest ways to teach impulse control at a door is to start in a crate.
Okay.
So you have your puppy in the crate and you go to open the door and they're going to lunge out the crate door. You just close the door.
Okay.
Okay. So this is that constant back and forth communication. You sit and you're calm and relaxed. I'll go to open the door. If you try to bolt out before I give you the cue that you're released, I'm going to close the door.
What's the cue to say you're released?
I use the word free, but you could say hippopotamus. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so you keep your dog in the crate, and then you open the door, and if they come out, you close it.
Right.
And then you open the door, and if they sit there like, what the heck are you doing, woman?
Give them cookies.
Give them a little cookie.
Yeah, and then you're giving them a cue, like the word free or release or go, or whatever you want to call it.
I like free. Okay, so I have to say thank you to Beth Hunt. Beth Hunt is an insurance agent, and she came on the show, and ever since she came on the show several months ago, I've been getting these bark boxes.
Yeah.
Have you gotten those?
I've gotten them from friends. They've like donated the toys to me. I have not actually, but tons of people that I know get them.
Bark boxes, if you have a client that you want to make happy, like Jenna, no, I don't need any more. I have so many she's sent me all kinds of wonderful things, and my dogs have been trained because of her wonderful treats, because they give you just enough treat, and those treats are expensive, and puppies are very expensive. Know that.
Know that.
So how do you choose the right daycare facility?
It depends on what you're looking for. So, like Camp Bow Wow, we're an all-day play environment. So the dogs have to go through an interview process,
right,
before they attend. So you want to look for somebody that's kind of screening the dogs before they can come in.
Okay.
We're an indoor-outdoor facility, so the dogs have like turf yards outside.
Okay.
And there's a door that leads to it's kind of like a concrete floor inside, which is air conditioned. So they have the choice to be in and out.
That's good.
All day. So they're not like peeing on the floor. They can go on the grass outside.
Okay.
You can request nap times, which is really great. Not all facilities do that. And some dogs get tired and cranky through the middle of the day, and they need a little bit of a break.
Yes.
So nap times are good. And, you can bring them breakfast and you can bring them a lunch. And all of our services all of that's included in what we provide. So,
and how much do y'all charge per day per dog?
The daycare prices, they just changed, so I don't know off the top of my head. I don't even want to guess.
Okay, that's fine. Go to their website.
All that information is on the website. And you have the option to do half days too.
Yeah.
So less than 5 hours is half day, and you don't pay the full day price.
Right. I have a really good rate at my place for my 2 dogs, and but there was a place that I called over there off of Custer and somewhere. It's not y'all, but they have like 30-minute play, 30-minute break, 30-minute play, 30-minute break. I don't know. I think that was a little excessive.
Yeah, everybody runs their facilities a little bit different. Like I said, Camp Bow Wow is more of an all-day play environment. And so they're in the play yards for the majority of the day, unless they need a nap or they get a lunch.
Or okay. And do y'all have a pool?
Mm-hmm. We do the pup pools. It's not like an in-the-ground pool. So when it's winter, we can take them up. And when it's summer, it's like the big plastic bone-shaped pools in each of the outdoor yards.
I bet you get a lot of business from that. place as a dog trainer? Because I went into mine, I was like, do y'all have a dog trainer? And they're like, no.
Yeah, it's really beneficial to me. There's lots and lots of clients. So it's really helped me to reach a broader audience, more and more clients. And the more I can spread the word about what I'm doing, the better, in my opinion.
Okay, so I'm going to go to PetSmart. It's like $100 to do a group class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you don't have a group class, or I would go to yours.
We do, actually.
You do?
We
Is
will.
it $100?
So it's not $100.
It's going to be more expensive.
It'll be a little bit more expensive just because I have a certification and lots of education and a bachelor's degree, and I've spent a lot of time and money on continued education for myself.
Okay.
So
No, okay, yeah, okay.
quality service.
Okay, when does it start?
So our new location in Plano is opening in May. And we will have a full-sized training room to be able to do those group classes.
Okay, so group classes, I have Tanner and Lexi. I got Tanner first. I had him for 3 months. We bonded. Now Lexi, we haven't bonded. She has more of the behavioral problems, not many, but a few. Mm-hmm. So which dog should I take to training first?
The one that is causing you a little bit more challenge.
And that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Get her into because I'm not going to take them both at the same time.
Right.
I'm going to.
And everything that you learn while you're there, you can apply to both dogs at home.
Right. Okay. And so whenever you're going to pick out a dog, what recommendations do you have for people that are looking at a puppy? Which puppy should they pick in the mix? The cutest one? I'm just kidding. I know she's going to
That's definitely a factor. And we joke about that, but the puppy, I mean, we like cute puppies.
Right. That's why God made them cute.
Cute dogs. So,
right.
And everybody has their own preference. So if you like brown dogs over white dogs or whatever your preference is, that can definitely be a factor. But I like to keep in consideration, like, where's the puppy coming from?
Right. So
doing your research, and if you're getting from a breeder, making sure that they're a reputable breeder with certifications and they have referrals, or like that you can call other people who've gotten puppies from that breeder. Mm-hmm. Or if you're going to do like a rescue, researching the rescue very much like you would a breeder as well, making sure that the dogs are being taken care of well. If they are, running amok the whole time, that they're in somebody else's care and practicing lots of bad behaviors, then you're going to be setting yourself up to get an already undesirable puppy.
Yeah, and then you're going to be not liking it at the end of the day. So that is very interesting. I really wanted to talk about dog training today, and I was referred to Courtney Roberts with Camp Bow Wow simply because she's the best, and they were right. I have talked to a lot of dog trainers, and I'm really impressed with her today, and I hope that you appreciated the information that we brought today. Even though it's not about real estate, the dog makes the home, I think, and lots of people, we love our puppies, we love our golden retrievers and our pit bulls and our golden doodles, and I love dogs. I'm a dog lady. And they just warm my heart. And I am off today I'm like right after this, I'm running off to do an open house on Briar Glen and Garland. You guys can come by and buy the house and, bring your clients if you're a realtor. And then I'm going to go to a listing appointment. And if you're looking to buy or sell in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, give me a call. I'm Jenna Ryan, realty@gmail.com. And Courtney, how do they get in touch with you?
My phone number is 214-707-4115, or visit our website, www.campbowwow.com/Dallas High Five or Plano.
Thank you so much for listening. Talk to you next week.
Bye.
Come a long way from where we began. We started. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see